So what does it take to build a booze brand with balls? And what do I mean by that? What does it take to build a brand that really stands out? And I get it, right? Every brand says that we're different, that we have a unique flavor profile, that we have a secret family recipe, that we have something that no one else has. But how do you get past the tasting notes on the bottle and get it into people's heads? Let's talk about building a brand that stands out. And I'm going to talk you through a couple of ways that this could work, but I'm going to talk you through something that could be catastrophic for your brand if you get it wrong. So let's get into it. When people talk about their brand, they do the same thing over and over again. And it's, we've got a unique recipe, it's a unique flavor profile, it's a secret family recipe. But guess what? Every fucking other product on the shelf says the exact same thing. So how do you build a brand with balls, brand that stands out, a brand that jumps off the shelf? Differentiation is hard, but it's necessary. And I know what you're thinking. Oh great, Owen, I'll go off and just differentiate myself now. And I get it, it's not as simple as that. But with D2C, it's now easier than ever. Here are some examples that worked and what you can learn from them. So Jägermeister built this coffee liqueur, and what did they do? They linked product with culture. And how did they do it? They linked up with tattoo artists, and they gave people a chance to win a tattoo inspired by their coffee liqueur. That's how you link product with culture. You're not just talking about the product, you're actually getting people involved. Number two is something I did at More Irish Gin, which was an Easter egg hunt. When you think about this, you don't really associate Easter eggs with gin. But what we did was we got golden eggs, put mini bottles of gin in it, and we hid them around the city. That got PR attention and it went viral. Now, we only made 20 of them. That was the problem. If I'd known that there was going to be such demand for this, I would have made way more. But people scoured the city, they followed our clues. We had people talking about our brand. And was it a terrible idea? No. I did get a lot of emails from people being angry because they wanted to buy one, but it wasn't meant for that. It was a promo stunt. And that virality and that media attention that we got was worth way more than what we actually spent on the campaign. So number three was BrewDog's equity for punks, which was a genius move. They didn't just raise cash, they created a cult of consumers that became advocates. When those consumers are invested, they're joining the journey of building the business with you. Those people created buzz, they talked about it, and they helped grow the product. They did equity for punks from 2017 to 2020 and raised a ton of cash, got a whole lot of people involved, and I think it was a risky but genius move. So number four is from my own experience. It was the More Irish Gin Flip Cup game. And was it ridiculous? Yes. The idea was give people a way of engaging and winning the product. Liquid to lips is such a hard thing to do. So we gave out gin prizes that ranged anywhere from money off to free bottles to gin gift sets. The amount of money that we spent was minimal in comparison to the amount of value that we got. We created over 6,500 email addresses of real customers in less than 30 days. So that was an unforgettable thing. People still talk to me about bringing back the game, and maybe we will. I don't know. But the idea was make it fun, make it engaging, make it something that is not just one-sided where you're marketing to people, make them get involved. So all of those examples are memorable, they're engaging, they're different. They're things that stop you in your tracks. So now I want to talk to you about how you can destroy your brand if you're not careful. In 2023, Budweiser partnered with a transgender influencer called Dylan Mulvaney. And Budweiser were doing this to extend the appeal of Bud Light to a new market, to bring in new drinkers, to bring in a new set of people that were going to help elevate the brand. But it backfired. Their core customer base didn't like it. They pushed so far that they actually boycotted Budweiser and its parent group. So sales fell by 26%. They lost 1.4 billion in sales and lost the spot as America's top beer. And the reason this failed was because it felt inauthentic. It felt like it was trying to be something that it's not, and it didn't resonate with the people who drink Bud Light. They didn't think that the brand stood for this. So in 2024, they tried to put it right. They brought in comedian Shane Gillis, who was much closer to their target demographic. They did a Super Bowl ad with Post Malone, Shane Gillis, and Peyton Manning, and advertising experts are calling it one of the best campaigns they've seen from Budweiser in recent times. Fans and consumers alike are praising the campaign because it felt authentic, because it felt closer to what people expected from Bud Light. So if you're thinking about hopping on a trend that the data tells you is good, just remember, make sure it's authentic. Make sure it's authentic to you, your brand, and the people that buy your brand. Because if it's inauthentic, your base will revolt against this. And that's not what you want. Make sure to test these ideas. You have to come up with different ideas. You have to come up with things that are a little bit crazy, but make sure to test it that it's going to be received well. So D2C is a great way of testing new and innovative campaigns. Do you know why? Because you control the brand experience. You control the story and the narrative. Then you also control the customer relationship. You become talkable. You become something that people can talk about. And you also become memorable, that you're not just another bottle on a shelf. You're not competing on taste. Great taste is the minimum requirement. You're competing on narrative, you're competing on story, you're competing on vibe. And there's so little competition doing this well at the moment. So if you want to make your brand unmissable and differentiated, click the link below, book a call in with me, and I'll help you figure it out.